if you're looking into becoming a profitable trader in 2025, then this video is for you. On today's video, what's going to happen is I am going to be showing you guys how to perfectly understand and as well master top-down analysis so that you are able to see the markets from a bigger perspective, understanding direction, understanding patterns, and as well being able to execute. So what's going to happen is we're going to be looking at doing our top-down analysis if you are a swing trader, and also we're going to be doing some top-down analysis if you are a day trader, so that you can be able to just find yourself within the two and you'll be able to just implement what works best for you. Because I understand and I've seen that most people out there find out that you're working a day job, or maybe you're still in school, college, varsity, whatever the case is, which doesn't allow you to become a day trader. Or maybe find out that it's the opposite, you have enough time on your hands and you'd love to be able to capitalize from the markets massively, but because of the fact that you're looking at things from a higher perspective, it limits you being able to execute or get more trades. So without wasting any time, let us get straight into the charts. I've got your gold and as well US30. And please guys, if you haven't yet subscribed on my YouTube channel, make sure that you do hit that subscribe button, because I make videos exactly like this that are gonna help you be able to experience a profitable trading year. So let's get straight to it, guys. You can simply see right here we've got gold. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be using two different types of methods when you're looking at the markets being a swing trader and also looking at the markets being a day trader. So here I'll just say swing trader. So normally what you do here is you'd be able to spot at movements just like on the daily. We look for direction or momentum. Okay, on the daily we look for direction or momentum. Then we're going to go all the way to the 4-hour and we will be looking for patterns, whether it's a reversal or a continuation. And then on the 1 hour is where we will be getting our entries, whether it's an execution, a limit order, or market execution, limit order or a market execution. So whether it's a limit order or a market execution, but on the 1 hour we're going to be looking for our entries. So just to quickly walk you guys through, you can see on the daily is where we would be able to find that direction, that momentum, being able to understand what price is saying, what price is telling us. And then from there, once we've been able to spot that on the 4 hours, we want to start looking at some of the patterns. Like, are we not building a continuation pattern to continue going up? Or is it a reversal type pattern where the market is more likely to reverse? And then on the 1 hour is where we're going to be refining and looking for those exact entries that are going to allow us to be able to just ride with the markets. So let's say now, for instance, we are going to be starting now with the daily. So on gold, I will be giving you guys an example of a swing traders perspective, and then we're going to be diving on US30. Then we're going to be looking at the day traders perspective. So just by looking at it already, I can see with gold, the first thing is right here we are at our resistance area. But let's see what actually is price doing. What are we building? Higher highs, higher lows, or lower lows, lower highs? So I can see market came from here, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then higher high, higher low, higher high here. Price came, it broke low. You can see it broke low, then it went down here, down here, down here. Couldn't break, continue breaking here, because what could have happened is once it came and broke below these lows, automatically would have took a message and understand that maybe price here is gonna continuously maybe going down or something similar to that. But it didn't. It in fact broke the lower high, lower high, low, here's a higher low here. Price came and broke this previous lower high, so which means that we're still in an upward position. There's a higher chance that's more likely to happen. But at the same time, where we are right now, it's also tricky because of we are at resistance. But up until we break above here, or up until we get to this level, price is still going to continue to rise, which is now it makes sense because the trade that we caught on 2 days ago, the video that we posted of the live trading session, if you haven't checked it, just make sure that you do check out that video that we posted 2 days ago. it's 100% exactly how we caught it, and we caught the market when it was still somewhere here, I believe, and then price just started shooting upwards. So now we spotted that we are in an upward movement, or our direction is to the upside. So what we'll do is that we're going to go all the way to the 4-hour, and then the 4-hour, now we're going to be looking for patterns. So with this already, I can see that we've got this area right here on the 4-hour, right here, got this right here. So I'm using this first touch, second touch. Here's our third touch methods. The by the recorded somewhere here 2 days ago in the video. Just watch that video so that you have a clearer understanding of how we caught it. But then, and then once we see this, we understand that, okay, so far it's more like the same thing, you know, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then boom, price. Now there's a high chance that price is going all the way up to here at the resistance. So also, just by having this whole movement, we can easily just try to spot this more like this. This is a channel, it's still going upwards, you know, and with the looks of it already, when I'm looking at this being our first touch here, our second touch, eventually we might even have third touches somewhere around here. So with this, what I'm seeing already from the 4-hour chart, mind you, on the 4-hour we look for patterns and so on. What I'm seeing already on the 4-hour is price breaking above here, coming here, giving us a third touch, 1, 2, a third touch, and then hopefully just coming back down, whether it's somewhere here, which now this area of resistance right here could potentially now turn into support, and then price most definitely still continue to just go upwards. You understand? So on the 4-hour, we are able to spot, you know, the pattern. Is it a reversal? Is it a continuation? And the only time this pattern is going to be invalid and become a reversal is if, let's say for instance, right now we spot this and then price rejects around here, which now gives us a double top formation. So this double top, this already would be a neckline, which means that if it does break below, maybe it plays around and then it still goes and breaks below here, and then it now retests this area and then it goes down. This is when now we can say that the market has, you know, it's more like a reversal type pattern. It has changed its direction, but it doesn't mean on the daily it has changed. It just means that there's a high chance that it might go all the way, maybe up until here at the low. But the only time it means that it has changed complete direction is if on the daily it breaks below this area. Because why? Because that means that now taking a message from the market, it will mean that this is our double top on the bigger time frame, and this would be our neckline, which means if it does break, which now is a full sell, you know, it's going down and so on, like it's going to be going all the way down type thing for very long months, if I may put it that way. So that's just let's say for instance we looked at the daily, we looked at the 4-hour. So now 1 hour is where we're going to be refining our entries. Okay, let me just clean up this. 1 hour is where we're going to be refining our entries. So you guys spotted both two scenarios. So let's quickly clean this up just so we are able to spot out, now that we've got the patterns, now that we know what's more likely to happen, you know, how can we find an entry? Okay, so with the markets right now, we can simply see that price is moving upwards. You know, the only best way that we can start finding entries is maybe here, for instance, this was our previous resistance, price broke. If price happens to obviously just come down, and looking at this area here of resistance, maybe price happens to come down here, and then not only just come down, once it gets here, maybe it builds out or it gives a candlestick confirmation, because remember, you always need like some sort of a signal that will allow you to place a trade. So if let's say you're going to be using a candlestick confirmation as your signal, you're going to have to wait for it once price gets here, and then once it does get there, that means that automatically you'd be able to put a buy, stop loss just below here, you can see just below these lows, and then hopefully one of your take profits somewhere. This wouldn't be an ideal trade, but maybe here at resistance right here, which 2.7, it's okay, but I wouldn't really take this trade. Obviously me, I'll take it if I enter from a smaller time frame. I'll show you on US30, but on the 1 hour I wouldn't, because I know it's gonna take too many hours, but as well it might even take 2.7% for me to wait that long, wouldn't be worth it. But coming all the way up here is something that we can obviously look into. So maybe the price can move like that, and then maybe it does this, and yeah, boom, we in, and then it goes up, and it goes up. Then maybe once it gets here, it starts playing more like this, more like this, and then if it breaks up below here, would have more like a pattern within structure here. Then maybe when it does break below here, we might even just take a short term sell, stop loss just above there, depending on where it is, and then maybe I'll take profit somewhere around here. As long as it's a 3, 1 is to more than 3, then we might even take a trade like this. And then same thing, guys, once it does maybe go down, let's say, mind you, this is the markets we ride, we go up and down with it. If it goes up, we go up. If it goes down, we go down. It's just that because it's an upward trend, buy positions are more profitable compared to sell positions. We will just observe and see how it gets here. Maybe it gets here, boom, we hit take profit, and then maybe boom, and then something more like this, and then comes back to retest, and then we go in. Then that's how would be basically trading this stop loss just below here, and then maybe here as well it'll give us like something more like this, something just more like this, and then we take a buy, and then stop loss just below, and then we continue just going upwards. We continue just going, maybe now this chart of ours, we just evolve it, will be somewhere around here, then we go upwards with it. So I want you to see, look at this 8% on this, and also the probability of it even moving this way, because you're not trading against the trend. It all make much more better sense. So this is just when you're looking at things from bigger perspective, like a swing trader's perspective. So who's a swing trader? Like if you do not really have too much time, or you want to look at the markets, like literally state the markets at every candle close, you just want to be able to just place trades more like set and forget type of a thing, then this would make much more perfect sense for you. These trades can literally take days to run. Like let's say, for instance, if I may take my bar rate and see when the market was moving upwards, let me just use this, and let's say if prices here, it does this like this, by the time it hits take profit, let's say now it might enter you see here at the bottom, just here at the bottom here, at the bottom, we might enter on the 25th at 3 a.m. It's the 6th of February. You might enter at 3 a.m. the 6th of February. You can see at the bottom there on the time and dates, and then just look at if it does happen to take profit. The 10th of February around 1 a.m. So you're going to be holding this trade for 3 days up until it hits take profit type of a thing. This is just one of the ways that you can see it. So now let us go over to US30, so that now we are able to see how you'd go about looking at it if you are a day trader. So then now coming over to US30, looking at things if you a day trader. So with this, let me just go back and just copy this real quick, because we are going to be using the exact same method. It's just the time frames that are going to be different, because I've seen a lot of people make a mistake of, maybe for instance, they're using the same perspective that they're using from, like let's say they analyze on the daily, and then they say it's going up on the daily, but they go on the 5 minute and they want to enter trades on which it doesn't really make sense. As a day trader, one thing that you'll do is that there's a 1 hour that we have here for direction and momentum. You find it on the 1 hour. Then we've got the 15 minute, or it depends on what you're comfortable with, 15 minute or 30 minute for patterns and continuation. And then we've got 5 minute for entries, then we've got the 5 minute for entries. Perfect. There we have it. 1 hour direction, momentum, 15 minute or the 30 minutes, depends on what you're comfortable with, for patterns, for reversal, and then 5 minutes for entries. And then going all the way down for scalper, you can already do the maths. It'll be like 15 minutes for your direction, your momentum, 15 or 30 minutes, and then maybe 5 minutes for your patterns, continuations or reversal pattern, and then your 1 minute for entries. That is on scalper. Those ones are insane, guys. But yeah, looking at it, you can see now I'm going to come all the way to the 1 hour chart right here. And then on the 1 hour, so I'm looking for one thing, the direction, you know. So with this, I'll just have this be more like this. Boom. You can see how price has been moving the last few days, looking at the 1 hour, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's not the cleanest, but yeah, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, almost like a break here, but it's more like a fake out because it went back up, broke above here, then higher 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 low, higher 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 low, higher 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 low, and so on. So basically we can see that on the 1 hour, we're still moving upwards with US 30, so which means that you know that you're looking for buys when you're looking at it from a 1 hour perspective. It doesn't mean that it's more guaranteed to go up, because let's say for instance if you come on the daily, find out that on the daily now it's at the resistance. Let's say for instance, you see, find out that at the daily it's at the resistance, and maybe on the 4 hour find out that it even printed like a pattern, that a reversal type pattern, like it already formed, it already broke, and so on, like a reversal pattern, and then now maybe it's gonna go down. So that's why I say that it's very important to know which time frames you're trading on. So right now we're on the 60-minute, and let me just see what our resistance area is saying. There we go, 60-minute, and then just here is our resistance. Didn't really touch it yet. Okay. And then one thing that I'm spotting as well is we've got this area of support right here. And then if I'm looking at it with inner structures, we've got this area of resistance here. So basically with this, what I can rather do as well is looking at it support, resistance, looking at this whole movement here. So I understand that there's a chance that price might be moving upwards as soon as maybe it touches here. But what I'll do is that I'm going to go to the 15-minute just so I can find my pattern. Okay. So for me now, what I'll do is here I can see here's a resistance, boom, boom. Okay. Just like this, super clean. Exactly like this. Yeah. And then I'll also come here and then have my support areas be here. And maybe someone would be like, okay, why not put it here? We can still put it here, it's still okay. At the end, we're still using the most recent lows. Like let's say this is a higher high, higher low, maybe a higher high, higher low, higher high. So since this was the last higher low, we might as well use it. It's perfectly fine, Then we have this. Then you can see already with what I'm looking at here, this pattern basically it represents like those flags, a flag which is a continuation pattern to the upside, which means that with price how things are now, the other price weight is here at support, could just start buying, and then going all the way up, hopefully coming here. Maybe if it does come here, can either break, continue going somewhere, maybe coming here, or maybe just come back down, depends on what's happening. But this is, mind you, a day trader's move. We're not trying to see what's going to happen after it gets here or after it gets, no, we're just trying to find that entry. So with what I'm seeing already as a day trader's perspective, I spot this, and then as well I can see that here within price we had this pattern that broke right here. This pattern, you can see it broke here impulsively, and then now we're looking for price to at least come here and test out the low here where the pattern broke, the start of where the pattern broke. So already I can see my pattern. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way down to the 5-minute. This is where I'm going to be finding my entries. So now with this as a day trader, I can already spot that, okay, let me look for the lowest candlestick that used to be bearish just before price started moving upwards, and I can spot here's our entry, here's our candlestick that was last where the sellers actually took over. But you can see it came back and it was retested by this specific candlestick, because if not, we were going to easily use this as an order block. But currently I can spot that this is where we're going to start looking for buys. So as a day trader, what I'm more likely to do is I'm just going to continue adjusting this, have this be like this, and then I can easily see that we've got this area that is now being squeezed in right here. Price is basically squeezing in right here, and then which means that I'm just waiting to see what's more likely to happen here, because what we can see is, yes, price is gonna tag in. Once tag in, and then price is gonna hopefully just start playing around and then play around and then go up. And then one of the best ways that you can also maybe make sure that you're on the right position for entries is to wait for an engulfing candlestick. Let's say for instance price tags in, it touches here, and then it goes back up, gives us a bullish candlestick that is engulfed. That way it will be more like a confirmation for us, obviously, to take that buy, stop loss just below, and then take profit hopefully somewhere around these areas here, previous resistance, which is a 5.6 percent on just this single trade. And one of the reasons I love such trades is because of the fact that obviously look at it, 5.6% on catching this trade, which can possibly take, let me just use a section where price once moved this impulsive, let's say from here all the way up maybe to here. So let's say it tags in, you can see already within like maybe what 3-4 candlesticks, which is 15 minutes, it will be somewhere here. I can close it, or I can let it run, and then if I let it run, let's say for the time it takes to hit take profit around the AMs, let's say tonight. But me, I'm more likely I wouldn't sleep with this trade maybe running if I didn't lock in profits. Depends on how the position is. But let's say if I do, normally I would wait for maybe 10, like when the market closes, is about to close, for me to close my positions. And then maybe it's around those times. Let's say it's now 9, 10, I'm saying okay, it's approaching 10 and I didn't hit take profit yet. What I'm more likely to do is somewhere here I can even lock my profits just like this, and then maybe by the time it says what 9 already I'm out. And if I'm out, how much did I make? I made a positive 4.3%. You understand? So that is just one of the two ways that you can go about top-down analysis, but on top of that, being able to see it from different perspectives as a day trader and as well as a swing trader. But that is it for today's video, guys. If you happen to have found value from it, I need you to just comment below. Let me know that this video actually opened your eyes and helps you see things in a different perspective. I need you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This way it will help me be able to reach more people, and more people would be able to learn from this video. And then as well, make sure that you like this video, obviously, if it did happen to give you the value that you need. If you're looking to be in a community of traders that are going to help you be able to just not trade alone, I'll just make sure that I leave our Telegram community's link just below. The very first thing that you're going to find is where you can get access to our Telegram community. And then I will see you on the next YouTube video. This is looking like a good trade. In fact, I feel I'm tempted to actually place a trade on it. So yeah, just make sure that you're in a Telegram group, just so you're able to just follow up with how we see things, how we basically just go about executing, managing certain things. Like I did say, my videos, whatever that I share, is not used or shouldn't be used as financial advice, but rather it's just me documenting down my journey and my experiences, so you don't have to go through the same trial and errors. I'll see you on the next YouTube video. It is your boy Liswa Mutupi, and I thank you so much for watching.